Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, we have the church's cajon today. We were there yesterday for worship practice, and I asked the pastor if I could borrow this for a little bit, and he said sure. And it's like, cool. All right, so this is a Mano Percussion. No idea what the model number is. These things aren't marked inside. I guess the only way even the stores sell them apart is when it comes in on their invoice. It is this model number. And they may put a sticker on the thing, you know, because price sticker and the model number that way, throw it on their website. I have no idea, but, you know, even in the ones I've rented, the only way I know what the model numbers are is the website and the sticker on the back of them that, you know, for the selling sticker or rental sticker. It's like, okay, well, I guess they don't put stickers in things like they do in guitars, right? Anyways, so I did a bit of research on this thing. The closest I can find is that it's got a rosewood faceplate. Now this one, as far as the snare goes, has the single wires that come down like this, and there's an adjustable plate at the bottom, so you can actually torque things down, you know, or release pressure to make them more snarey, I guess. And of course, it's got like this little packet of little jingle balls inside that's mounted in here that kind of makes a unique little sound. But I'm kind of like, at first I'm like, that's not a lot of bass, right? You can bang on the side of this. Now the materials on this, it is a wood box. It is actually wood. Pretty thin though too compared to the other ones we've been checking out. And it's like, wow, that's kind of really cool. Anyways, so I'm like, well, how do we get some bass out of this thing? So, well, we got the heel, right? So anyway, this thing has been well used over the amount of years the church has had it. I don't know exactly how long. It's been there for at least the 7 years we've been attending that church. So it's been a while, but thought, Mano Percussion, that's another new name. So they're all different, right? Cajons, some are like, mine has a lot of bass kick to it and a nice snare sound to it, which I really love, and mine's a pearl. And then we have the other ones we've been checking out. They're more expensive than my pearl, but they're in their own little unique world of sound. And so these are going to be something where it's going to be, well, what kind of genre of music do you want to play? Or genres, because some of them can do multiples, others are kind of limited. Like our last one we did was the Manal, I believe it was, and to me it really didn't turn my crank, you know. But I mean, if it's something you're into and you're fine with being pretty much limited to world music and flamenco, well, there you go, get the Manal, right? They have a few different models, obviously, but we only have access to the one. And same as the GP Percussions, it has its things about it as well, right? Then of course you've got mine that is great for a multitude of stuff, right? But you know, if you're looking for, you know, a really deep throbby bass, don't look for that in this particular one or in the others. This is why you really got to go to a music store and try out all these different ones, or hopefully, you know, on YouTube, as long as nobody's messed with their audio, hopefully you'll be able to find a cajon that way, and you could always order one in, right, from Amazon or from your music store if you can't get close to a music store. Everybody's in a different situation, right? So you want to make sure you make the right purchase for what you want to do. Or if you want to collect a whack load of these, well, hey, by all means. You know, some of these are very inexpensive. Some of them, you know, are quite expensive, but very functional in multitudes of ways. So anyways, let's kind of see what we can kind of pull off with this thing anyway. the big thing too with cajon is you shouldn't be leaning over too much. It's going to be really hard in your back. You need a good posture, so, you know, and cupping the hand for your bass is kind of an important thing. But if we don't put our foot in front, we get this. So this one, at least you can use the sides too, a little bit. So the bass response out of this is actually not bad. But there's a lot of snare there. But at least this one's adjustable. So I don't know how to adjust these things. I'm not messing with it. So I'm sure anybody who's been playing this at the church likes it the way it is, so I'm not going to mess with it. We probably could adjust it to get a little bit more thump out of it. Who knows? Like I said, this one has snare wires that are single wires that actually go down this way, I guess. They start out really wide and they come down narrow to that bracket at the bottom. And then there's 2 adjuster screws for adjusting your tension for your sound. So you could go a little tighter on one side, a little looser on the other, or put them the same way, that sort of thing. So, you know, and then, like I said, it's got this little packet of little jingle balls, as I call them, inside, you know, that's up against the one plate. And, you know, so it's not like you have a plate with a set of snare wires on it that you just drop in. It's not that style, right? Now, if you haven't caught the other videos on my channel or seen one of my personal one, this is my Pearl, and this was 130 bucks. I have no idea what this thing's worth. So you can tell it's pretty thumpy, you know, and I can get it a little more thumpier too. So anyway, so that's mine, but I kind of favor mine over all of these so far, just because I'm the kind of guy that likes a lot of thump, you know. I like a lot of bass, you know. And I like the balance of the snare in this. And this is non-adjustable. It's got 2 fixed snare packs in it. So can't mess with it, but that's okay. I like the way it is. This thing's not bad. So anyway, that's pretty much about all I really got for you. I'm not a great cajon player at this point, but I am interested in different ones of these to see how much difference there is between them. Maybe I'll find a second one. You never know, right? I definitely have been looking at the T&T model and a couple others that I've seen that I'm like, that's pretty cool. You know, because I want to have something that looks cool to me, right? But at the same time, I'm also looking for a sound. And so far, the other 2 that I've checked out, yeah, I'm not necessarily for me. Definitely not the Manal. I mean, that one was just not my bag of tricks at all. This one's actually kind of not bad, though. But if you need different drum sounds that are not in one, but maybe in another, this is where you start collecting a few of these things. But you can't only sit down and play one at a time. So, you know, because they get to be wide. So you know what I mean? You only got so much of you there. So, but if you are out gigging and you're going to play a variety of genres and you may need more than one style of cajon, it would come in handy to haul a couple with you. You know what I mean? Yeah, otherwise, I think this one's actually, it's pretty cool. And I like the fact that you could adjust the springs if you wanted to for tighter or looser. You know, it gives you that different sound. I mean, the tighter you go, I think, if I'm going to be correct on this, if you're a cajon player, you can tell me. But I think if we go tighter on the springs, we're going to end up pushing them more forward to the plate, so we might get a little bit more buzz or maybe less. I'm not quite sure, but I think we'd probably get more, because this is pretty like a loose sound, right? That little pack of jingle balls in there, I think if we took that thing even right out somehow, but getting it back in there would be a bit of a pain, right? That would create a whole different sounding cajon altogether. So I'm not sure if we could actually get away with removing that or not. So if you do have one that's adjustable and you got that little pack of jingle balls in there, if you want to completely change the sound of it, removing that pack would change it, but for the better or worse, who really knows, right? But at least with this, we can put our foot up here and get a little bit more thump out of it, because otherwise it kind of has like that tin can annoying sound we heard in the Manel, right? But this kind of quiets it a little bit. That really deadens it. So it doesn't matter if I do this left or right-handed. I got more coordination left-handed for my kick, so. That's kind of a nice little snare sound right there. Anyway, I think this is definitely better than Manel, my opinion, and it does offer a lot more flexibility than the other two because of the adjustability. The other one does allow you, though, to have either two snare packs or just move the one, so that does have a huge advantage over this one. But we got to kind of forget about all that, because each one is in its own little world, right? And this is the same way. So I don't know, I think I'd probably put this, I mean, if I was looking for something that offered a lot of this kind of almost like a marching snare sound, right? And a bit of bass, I think it's definitely ideal for a lot of different things. So this thing is definitely going to suit you for definitely a well more than 2 or 3 genres. So I think in that, I think we could probably score this thing somewhere around the 4 out of 5 kind of area. You know, that's kind of where I would be at with it. I don't know what it costs, you know, because I can't find the exact model, because it's nowhere written in this thing any place. You know, it's just Mano Percussion, and you know, I found one that was rosewood with a model, and it really didn't offer me a lot of info, but it did look very, very similar to this with having the rosewood front. So it could be that this is the model, but I can't say that it is. That's why we've named this video what we did, because I don't know the model number. I do know that this is a rosewood front, and that's about it. So, but anyways, that's what we've got for you guys. If you do find one of these things, you'll know it to see it, because you're going to definitely look through that back base hole. You're going to see the strands of wires that come down, and you're going to see an adjuster plate. You'll probably even see the Allen key in there if the guy hadn't lost it yet, if you're looking at a used one at least. There is an Allen key in this thing. And you'll see a little jingle ball pack. And that's about all I can tell you about that one, right? So, but yeah, I kind of like this one. I mean, I could see maybe using this in a couple of songs, you know, at least for me anyways. But if you're busking and this is what you've got, you can get some bass out of it. So Tell them where you put your foot too, right? I don't think I'm going to do 2 feet at once. But you get the idea, right? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of this thing. And if you do know the model, possibly, give me some ideas. And then I could search even further, and maybe we can match something up more. But unfortunately, they're not putting stickers in Cajons, you know, to say, this is your model number, which you will always have available in a sticker, or a branding mark even. None of that is in here in these things. And it's kind of like, that's kind of weird, you know. But, it is what it is. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Ciao.